and welcome back to the Mompreneur Mentor YouTube channel. I am so excited to introduce you to another Mompreneur memoir author, Anita Rajendra. Anita, thank you so much for being on the show and to inspire other mompreneurs. Can you introduce yourself to our audience and who are you? Let's meet Anita.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to talk to you. So as you said, I'm Anita Rajendra, and I have two businesses right now. I started my entrepreneurial journey by launching the Belle Bump. The Belle Bump is a company that rents maternity and nursing clothes. So we're online, we ship all over the US. And I created the Belle Bump to help women feel and look confident and beautiful during their pregnancy. Because I personally feel that pregnancy is such an amazing time in a woman's life. But we don't always appreciate that. I mean, and it's natural, you know, we're tired, we're sick, our feet are swollen, our body's going through a lot of changes. So there's a lot going on, but I wanted to do something that could really celebrate her and her pregnancy. And so with Belle Bump, we do that by really helping her with her style and expanding her style. So we have an unlimited exchanges, so she can have a variety of clothes, but she doesn't have to pay as much. She's saving money by renting. And she also doesn't have to clutter up her closet by keeping all these temporary clothes. So that's Belle Bump. And some of the learnings from Belle Bump is how I started the second business, which is called Mina Vine. And Mina Vine is a patent pending nursing scarf. So we designed it so it can be worn as a nursing cover if you're breastfeeding or pumping, but it can also be worn as an accessory scarf at any time in your life. So you don't need to be nursing. We call it the Smart Scarf because we use temperature regulated fabric. We use magnetic fasteners so you can easily open and close to see the baby if you want to. It also allows us to wear it and configure it into more than 10 different ways. I'm actually wearing our Savvy Stripe scarf, and I'm wearing it in the vest style, but it can be worn as a poncho, a sash, traditional scarf. I mean, really the possibilities are endless. We're constantly finding new ways to wear it. But again, the Mina Vine scarf is also it doesn't have to be a temporary product. So if you purchase it for nursing, it's not something you have to throw away or get rid of when you're done breastfeeding or pumping. You can keep it and it can become a staple in your wardrobe. So those are my two businesses that are keeping me busy.
Wow! First off, that's amazing, and I wish I knew about them when I was pregnant a long time ago. But I love that you're helping other women and your business is really mom-based because it's all about pregnancy. And you're right, it is so hard to feel beautiful and confident during pregnancy, and traditional maternity clothes were so expensive, and then I can wear them later. And right. It felt like, you know, such a ripoff. And I think what you're doing is awesome. I think it's genius. I'm so excited about your businesses, and so thank you for being on the show and sharing them. So why did you decide to become a mompreneur and an entrepreneur? Was it because the business inspired you, or did you always know you wanted to be a mompreneur or be an entrepreneur? And what about being in business for yourself made you be like, yes, that's my destiny?
Yeah, it's funny because I always had a passion for entrepreneurship. There was just something about it, I think, about creating and growing, developing something that is your own. And so I would always say, one day I'm going to have my own business. One day, someday, you know, I said it for years and years. But I went down the corporate path and worked for Fortune 500 companies, so big companies, and continue to say this, you know, one day I'm going to have my own business. And after 13 years in the corporate arena, I kind of came to the decision that I was like, I either have to stop saying this, talking about this, or do something about it. And so I made the decision at that point to do something. And I decided, you know, I'm going to try this. I'm going to leave the corporate world and try my hand at this, and kind of started the whole process that way. But yeah, so it was something that there was something I always wanted to do with it.
Wow, that's a huge leap, and I'm so glad you had the courage to do it because you're supporting mothers everywhere with your business. And so then my next question is, what compelled you to then share your story in our Mompreneur Memoirs book and kind of put it out there for the world when it can be so personal?
Yes. Yeah, it's interesting because as I meet people and I talk to people, people seem really interested in that leap from corporate world to starting your own business. And I think there are a lot of people that are interested in that want to do that, but there's something holding them back. And so I get a lot of questions about, my thought process during that time, kind of the actions I took, the plans I put in place and lessons learned, things like that. So I thought, being part of this book and writing my chapter could, maybe in some way help or resonate with some people. So I wanted to share it because of that.
I definitely think it will, especially in the new world we're in with the pandemic, and moms are having to rearrange their lifestyles. I know in California we're having to homeschool, and they're having to a lot of people are making that transition, or they're laid off and they want to make money for themselves and work from home. So thank you for being a part of the book, because I know your story, that is so important. If people say, well, if they can do it, I can do it too. So what is one piece of advice you would give to that mompreneur just starting out, that's like maybe your one golden rule or golden nugget that you would want to leave with someone that was looking for advice?
Well, I'd like to give 3 pieces of advice, if that's okay.
Yeah.
There's 3 that always come to my mind, and actually in the book I share 5, but I'll stick with 3 here. So one of them is something I alluded to earlier, and this idea of stop talking and start doing. That was a catalyst for me to kind of begin my journey into entrepreneurship. But I think it's so important no matter what stage you are on that journey. I mean, there are still times now where I can totally overthink, overanalyze, overtalk something, and I'm like, I just need to do it, take action, and I think it's important to kind of keep that in mind, and that you have to kind of like put yourself or put your ideas out there. I think that's really important to be able to do that and test it. I think my second piece of advice is this idea of done is better than perfect. So I can kind of be a perfectionist, I'll admit, and there's definitely times I probably spend more time than I should trying to get something the way I envision it. And I really kind of come to realize that it's better to kind of get it out there, get it done and get it out there, because I could be spending time on this one aspect of the business and spending more money, spending more time, and then it goes out into market and customers don't really even care about that part, and it's like they care about something else. And so it's like all this time and money that was spent for this. So I think it's important to just get things out there. It doesn't have to be perfect. Get it out there, get customers' feedback on it. And you can always iterate on whatever that is after the fact as well. And then the third piece of advice is around networking. I think networking is key all the time. I think a lot of us will do it, when we're kind of in the early stages of something, when we're looking for a new job, when we're starting a company, a business, but which I think is really important. But I also think it's important to continue that throughout the process. And I have learned so much from people just by having a casual coffee or phone call or something like that. That's saved me a lot of money and time. In fact, the website platform I launched Belle Bump on, years ago, I learned about that platform through someone I'd met at a conference, and we decided to have coffee, and she mentioned this, and I was like, oh my God, this is perfect for my needs at the time, and it's saved me thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars and lots of time as well. So those are the 3 pieces of advice I'd give.
I can't agree enough. Those are great nuggets of advice, you guys. And if you're watching right now, and take that to heart, because I absolutely confirm everything that you're saying in my own experiences as a mompreneur. Perfect is the enemy of good, and you definitely need to network, and it really helps I just met another mompreneur, and I even like to be the connector sometimes and say, look, I know someone that could really help you. Do you mind if I make the introduction? And those things happen organically, and it can just really help you with your business. And I love everything you're saying, Anita. I'm so happy that you came on to the show today. And I'm so happy that you're part of the book. Thank you. Where can our viewers find you? If they want to connect, if they want to network with you, if they want to buy from LaBelle, what links can we put in the description box below? Where can they find you online?
Yeah, so for me personally, you can find me on LinkedIn, Anita Rajendra. And then for the companies, you can find us on our website or social media. So for Belle Bump, it's labellebump.com, and social media at Belle Bump. And then similarly for Mina Vine, our website is minavine.com. And socially, you can find us at Mina and Vine.
Nice, and we'll put those links in the description box. And as soon as the book is launched, I will put that link in the description box as well. Check out the whole Mompreneur Memoirs playlist to meet all the inspiring, amazing mompreneurs, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Thank you. Bye.